What's up, everybody? Daniel Recoder here, and I am so happy to have you here with me today. Today we will be discussing 5 tips to help improve your coaching. So let's get to it. So, you want to improve your coaching? Well, I can tell you that if you clicked on this video, you are absolutely heading in the right direction. I'm not here to tell you that my way is the absolute best way, because every ensemble is different and there are so many ways to get the job done. I do, however, have some insight into patterns that I've seen during my 12-year coaching journey in the marching arts. And I have made many mistakes along the way. So many. Today, I'm going to be sharing 5 tips that have helped me become a more comfortable and confident coach. And by the end of this video, I hope you feel inspired to look in the mirror, love that beautifully imperfect creature staring back at you, and think about what actions you can take to sharpen your purpose and become the best version of yourself possible. Let's get to it. Now, the first tip I want to share is to be professional. Understand that eyes are on you a lot of the time. The students' eyes are on you, the parents' eyes, staff's eyes, the band director's eyes. So many eyes are on you, which makes it very important to consider how your actions are affecting your image. Appearance is important. If it appears that I don't take care of myself, other people are going to look at me as somebody who does not take care of himself. It really just takes a little more effort to trim your beard or maintain your beard if that's the path you've chosen. Comb your hair, put on deodorant, take a shower, iron every single one of your t-shirts. Okay, maybe not that. In all honesty, your physical appearance is important to your image, as is your body language. Body language communicates a lot of what we're holding onto inside. And in the marching arts world, there's so much that can frustrate us. Things that you see happening right in front of you, or things that are going on behind the scenes, or things that might be going on at home. But the ability to not react to those things while you're in front of your ensemble is a skill. It is a skill, and it takes practice, let me tell you. It takes a ton of practice. Your posture also communicates a sense of health, a sense of poise, and a sense of respect for yourself and for the people around you. Yeah, whatever. I'm listening. And many times, great posture is the result of just thinking about having great posture. To some extent, you might have some tightness that is restricting your ability to stand tall. And if that is the case, I highly recommend checking out Marching Health. They have a ton of great content there on how to strengthen your body and how to hold yourself up nice and tall. It's great for the performers. It's even better for the instructors. My posture has a tendency to deteriorate when I'm feeling stressed out. And I've learned that many times I get frustrated because I don't understand something. In those times, it's good practice to seek to understand. Ask questions. Understand not everything can be in your control. I want to control everything. Everything. Much of what frustrates us is out of our control. In those times of frustration, seeking to understand can definitely help maintain a good vibe. Now, all of this stuff that pertains to posture, it takes effort, but I promise you, the results are worth it. And tip number 2 is to keep it simple. All right, everybody, let's start playing 3.5 beats before letter A, and we're gonna stop 4 bars into letter B. I'd also like you to take 2 beats of that 5th bar if you can. If your instrument has a letter 1 or 8 in it, please don't play this rep. All right, hit the met. It's easy to overcomplicate instructions. Discover a formula that works for you and your ensemble and stick to it. I've also learned that lengthy feedback falls on deaf ears. People who are learning can only absorb so much before they start to tune out what you're saying. So keep it short, keep it sweet. Think about what the most important point is to communicate based on where your ensemble is at in their season. I've heard a saying that people who have the least amount to say typically take the longest to say it. It is also okay to not say anything after a rep. Many times there are a lot of instructors giving feedback to students and members of drum corps, and giving them more feedback on top of what they've already received can do more harm than good. The intentions are good, but the outcome is not always the best for your students. This activity requires so much physical and mental stamina that the simpler you can keep it, the longer you and your performers will be able to sustain excellent focus. Tip number 3 is to reflect. Reflect on the rehearsal day, reflect on the week, reflect on the month, reflect on the season, reflect on how lunch is making you feel during the second block. Reflect on what you did well and what you can do better next time. You're gonna make mistakes. Mistakes are part of this journey we're on. As you're learning, you're gonna find yourself in situations you don't feel equipped for. In these times, do your best to critically assess the outcome and analyze what you could do better next time. Use self-reflection as an opportunity to better understand what you're going through. It is always great to ask for feedback from your peers. If you want the most honest feedback from them, they're going to need to feel comfortable communicating things you may not want to hear. I believe it's better to reveal an unpleasant truth than to remain in blissful ignorance. I don't see the problem, so it must not be there. Sometimes hearing feedback from staff can feel like a dagger right to the heart. Ideally, we want to deliver constructive feedback to our students and to ourselves, but it doesn't always come out that way. It really doesn't. That takes practice and reflection. 4. Tip number 4 is to exercise and learn new skills. Exercise sharpens your mind and improves your mood. There are so many exciting ways you can exercise. You don't just have to go to the gym and lift weights. You can jump rope, dive into calisthenics, go on a walk, rock climbing, basketball, practicing your 8 to 5 step size on the AstroTurf while it's 115 degrees outside and you don't have water or sunscreen on. Yes, that made me thirsty thinking about that. I highly recommend that you find something new and interesting to learn. Remind yourself what it feels like to learn something new. When you learn new things, you may experience periods of frustration. And I personally have found that those periods of frustration happen when my maximum effort does not result in objective success. Sometimes I'm trying my absolute hardest to accomplish something and I just can't do it. And that experience is super beneficial to have before going to work with students who are about to go try their hardest and probably fail a few times. A little bit of empathy goes a long way. The better you take care of your health, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the higher quality your coaching is going to be for all of those students who I know you care so much about. And the final tip. Can I get a drum roll, please? And stop. Tip number 5 is to discover what makes you interesting and own it. I've seen that every instructor, every member I've worked with, everyone is interesting in their own unique way. If everybody was the same, the world would be such a boring place. You will be remembered for something. What that is up to you. Sometimes in this activity, we can get caught up trying to be like somebody else. And I think it's totally great to take on traits and characteristics of the role models that you look up to. But ultimately, we are all on our own path through this journey. So please be careful when comparing yourself. You cannot control the success of others. You can control your own. But then it's up to you to define what it means to be successful. And that is different for everybody. I can't tell you what that is for you. But I believe what connects us is a strong desire to have a positive impact on the community. I believe that if we all just commit to being the best we can, show up like a professional, show up on time, keep it simple, reflect, exercise, and learn to love ourselves as well as the creatures we share this planet with, this activity will flourish. Alas, we made it. If you enjoyed this content and you found value in it, please consider supporting this mission by smashing that like button. It's either there or there. I don't really know yet. Also consider subscribing if you're interested in what's coming up. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for topics, please drop a comment down below. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Until next time, stay safe and stay healthy, my friends.